Hi everyone out there in the YouTube world. I was given a challenge to do 3 videos a week for 4 months, so that's what I'm going to do. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lauren Finkelstein. I'm the founder of an organization called Save One Person, Save the World. We help people find living organ donors with people who want to save a life. And yeah, I mean, in my life, I feel like I've learned from really great people. And I thought I would just share some of the information I learned. And that's the purpose of this video, to share some of the knowledge I've learned over the years, to share with someone who hopefully could benefit from where I put my money and my time. And if I could pass over one thing to one person, it could help, then I'm happy. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I spent the time. So what I want to share with you is in August 9th, 2001, I was close to a suicide bomb in Israel. It killed 18 people. So a lot of thoughts went in my head at the time. First of all, when it actually happened, I couldn't move. I couldn't think. And thank God I had a woman who I worked with, and she was the brains. She told everyone to move and to get to a location. We were afraid different suicide bombs would go off, because sometimes when there's one suicide bomb, they have other planned attacks. So after we rushed to safety with her lead, I thought to myself, I've never really accomplished anything with my life. I didn't have a child at the time, wasn't married, and I certainly wasn't doing work that I found meaningful. So I went to one of my mentors, Simon Jacobson, and he suggested I use my TV skills to help other people. And at the time, right after the suicide bomb, I was a nervous wreck. I was drinking every day. I was just a bundle of nerves. And my friend Andy Diamond, he told me to go do this program, Landmark Education. And it's really a spectacular program. It helps you take thought and put it into action. It's, if you will, it's kind of the bridge between thought and action. And I took this class shortly after the suicide bomb. Actually, it was in the World Trade Center a couple weeks before it went down. And in this course, I breathed into reality certain things I wanted to accomplish. One being my nonprofit, and one being I wanted to do a real estate project, something to honor my father who had passed away, that he left as a project for me that I wanted to accomplish. And another thing I birthed into, literally and figuratively, maybe not right away, but I realized I really wanted to have a child. And I stood up at Landmark and I made declarations that I will start a nonprofit and I will have a child. And I declared those things. I got up on stage in front of several hundred people and I declared what I wanted. And since then, I've taken Landmark Education for years on and off. And it's the bridge between wanting what you want and closing the gap to accomplishing that. And I think in life, and this, if I could give you one piece of advice in my years on this planet, it would be this. The ego stops us from doing so much in this life. Fear of failure, fear of looking bad, fear of being laughed at. I know that's been something in my life. Quite often I would sit in the corner, too afraid to talk, too afraid that my opinion mattered, too afraid to take action because people would laugh at me. And a matter of fact, I remember when I wanted to start Save One Person, I told my boss about it. I was really excited. And she said to me, "Who's going to listen to you?" And she's right. Who's going to listen to me? I mean, it was kind of like not a very, in a way, it really wasn't a very nice comment, was it? Who's going to listen to you? Like, you feel like you have this life-saving idea and somebody kind of squashes that idea. And it's thoughts that I had every single day of my life. Who's going to listen to you? But what I want to say is, maybe 20 years later, we've probably saved close to 20 lives that I know of. And the question is thank God I didn't let that fear of a boss saying, who's going to listen to you, stop. Because I know one of the lives we saved was an 11-year-old girl at the time in Israel. And, her family was distraught. And from the grace of God, we found her a kidney in a very circumvent way. But nevertheless, we were the conduit for it. And, maybe 10 years later, getting married, she'll have children. Lives and worlds will be created. But if I listen to her comment, my boss, who's going to listen to you? Which I totally crushed me. And it's not that I didn't have the same thoughts. She wouldn't be alive today. And there's been, another favorite story of mine through something I birthed through that Landmark project was this one hero, Bonnie LaRosa, saw our segment on Pix 11. Pix 11 covered the story. And she entered a swap program. And there were actually 8 people who received a kidney because she entered the swap program. And all those families and all those lives that touched. And again, Save One Person was a conduit for that. We had help, of course, but we were an integral piece for that puzzle to happen. And what if I listened to my boss at the time, who said, who's going to listen to you? Well, those 8 families wouldn't get the biggest treasure in their life, their loved one, alive. And whatever that created after those surgeries. So why am I bringing that up? Well, for a lot of reasons I'm bringing it up. But mostly I'm bringing it up because everybody, including myself, has that fear of it's not going to work, it's not good enough, who am I? And that's where a program like Landmark Education, which I'm talking about today, helps bridge that gap. You make declarations. You birth something from nothing. You see how your own thoughts are ridiculous and silly. And you see what's possible for you outside of your own box. And I'm a big fan of Landmark Education. And I don't know, just want to share that story. And I apologize because this is not off a fancy video with all the, but I hope that the message is really just what's important here, and you can take away something from just the message. And I would invite you, if you see this video, to go save a life. Go see what was birthed in Landmark. Go to our website at saveoneperson.org, SAVEONE, person, PERSON.org, and go under urgent requests and go find a life to save. Or you can go under our shop section and download the Save One Person app. And when you're on the subway or nothing to do, go scroll through the profiles and go find a life to save. I promise you, if one day you save a life and you feel it calls to you to give an organ, you will never feel that you've done anything more meaningful, or it will be one of your top 3 in life in saving a life. It is the most profound, deepest thing you can ever do. So thanks for listening. And I wanted to share about Landmark. If you want to turn your thoughts into reality, one great bridge. And to go check out SaveOnePerson.org. Download the Save One Person app. Go under our shop section. Download the app. And go save a life. Nothing better than that. So thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.